Hi and welcome to another tech review, and in today's video I am taking a look at this. This is the latest version of the HP Stream, the super budget laptop, and well, laptops don't always need to be expensive. I will start off by saying this was £179 for a brand new laptop, so bear that in mind for the rest of the video. And I didn't need anything too heavy. I just need to do a bit of basic schoolwork, office work, browsing. So here it is. This is the HP Stream. It's the 14S DQ0034na in black, and they do these in other colours. I think there's a white one. So let's get this thing on. There's power button up here. My first little slight gripe is I don't like that power button. It just doesn't seem to feel like you're pressing it. Oh, there we go, it's on. And so, quick run through of the specs. It's got a Celeron processor, an N4120 at 1.1 gigahertz. It's got 4 gig of RAM, an Intel UHD 600 graphics capability, built-in shared thing, 128 gig SSD, and it runs in Windows 11 S mode when you buy it, but it's very easy to get it out of S mode. It took about a few minutes. So there you go, that's just booted up, nice and quick. So first impressions are, it boots quick, it gets you into Windows really quick. It's got a 14-inch screen with a 1366 by 768 resolution. The battery is pretty decent. It's got a good port selection, so you've got on here headphone, USB-C, 2 USB 3 ports, I'm going to say, HDMI, and your charging port on that side. And on this side you've got, well, just the SD card reader and some flashy lights. It does come with a webcam, and it's got mic and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and bearing in mind this is a £179 laptop, I'm sure it is aimed for parents who want a cheap laptop for the kids. So it comes with Microsoft 365 Personal for a year. Quite impressed with that. That's got to be at least 70 quid if you go and buy it. And you know, to be fair, I was a bit dubious about buying it. I've heard things about HP Streams, but I've been quite impressed with the performance. Doing basics tasks, I mean, it boots up quick. Browsing is really quick. I've used some educational sort of programs on this, and it's been pretty good. I wouldn't want to do gaming on it. I wouldn't want to do video editing or anything sort of too highbrow on it. And it's got a battery that I think I've charged once, and it's still got over 63%. So that's the good side of it. I mean, it's a nice looking laptop. Yeah. The screen, I've been quite impressed with that. It's got decent viewing angles, and the quality of the screen. I was expecting a lot worse. And then we get to, let's have a look at some of the downsides. But you've got to bear in mind that this is a £180 brand new laptop, and they're going to have to cut corners somewhere. And just, I may be a bit of a snob because I do like my high-end laptops, or at least mid-range, but the build quality of this, it just feels cheap. I don't like this sort of texture here, which you've also got on the lid. It just feels really, I mean, it's nice to grip, I suppose. It's not a slippery laptop, but I don't like it. There's too much flex in the keyboard when you're typing. You could just feel the actual buttons themselves, they bounce too much. And I'm assuming this is like an all plastic laptop. There's no metal structure or very little structure on the inside. So the keyboard flexors, the area under the keyboard flexors, the buttons do seem very spongy. I type quite fast, and I just found them just a bit too flexible. I mean, there's flexibility on the lid as well. I mean, you can see that. I mean, they've definitely tried to cut corners somewhere, and it seems structure and internal structure looks like it's the area that they've chosen. But other than that, I mean, the screen looks surprisingly crisp and bright and clear, and I've not had any problems using this at all. There are just a few things. I mean, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but the keyboard is sort of sunk in its own little recess. So there's a slight sort of curve going downwards that way, and this way. But they haven't. You can see there that the control button is almost, there you go, almost lost in the edge of the keyboard. That should have been raised a little bit more, or there should have been more of an area where the keyboard is sitting. I think that is your speaker across the top there. I mean, the whole thing is just a bit spongy, especially in the middle. I mean, you can see, you can see that bouncing. But you know, it is a £180 laptop. You have to keep that in mind. It's miles ahead of when they first brought out streams, when loads of kids were wanting a laptop, and you could go out and buy an HP stream, some of the original models, for like £90, and they were so budget that it couldn't even perform a Windows update because there wasn't enough space. So for the price, I'm massively impressed. If you're looking for a laptop for a kid or a second one for you to travel with, I've had no issues with this at all. I mean, it's quick at what it does. Not a fan of the I mean, there's a slight texture on the keys, and the keys. You can tell this has been used by someone else because it's got chrome pop-ups everywhere. And they won't go. No. There we go. Right, so I mean, just general browsing is decent. Obviously, we've got to bear in mind that might be Wi-Fi related as well, but I've had no issues. It's a real. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a laptop that you're going to use for video editing, music editing, that kind of thing. It is an office laptop, and for that, it's great. And for the price, it's fantastic. And that is what you really should take away from this video, is that it's built for. It's designed for that. It's an office laptop. It's for you to sit there and type and browse and do a bit of schoolwork, bit of homework, bit of office work, without having to go out and buy an expensive laptop. I have been super impressed, other than the few little niggles about the spongy keyboard and a bit of sort of a frame flex, as you can see there. I mean, the trackpad, I think, is it's okay. I think it could do with a little bit more texture on the trackpad. It seems very, very slippery, but it works. The screen, I'm super impressed with how that works. I mean, it's probably hard to capture that on camera. Is it the highest quality screen? Nope. But it's great. So that is the HP Stream, and I'll give you the number again. It's a 14S DQ0034na in black. A quick look around it. There's nothing on that side. Air vents on the bottom. I will tell you, and you can probably see it. Whatever texture this is that they're using, it's an absolute fingerprint magnet, which I'm constantly trying to clean off. Yeah, so if you're looking for a laptop, maybe you don't need anything heavy. Maybe you're just trying to get into the world of computing. First laptop, or just a laptop for browsing, etc. You don't fancy going down the Chromebook route. You want a fully fledged Windows laptop. Then you can't go wrong with these. Anything I wanted to just check. Right, so I have been using this for about a week. I've ran all the updates. I've taken it out of Windows 11 S mode. It's got 128 gig SSD. And you are left with 73 gig. So I've installed a few little apps. Some, I think, Office is already installed on there. I've got some printing apps that I've put on. And out of the 128 gig, which you only get like 118 anyway, it's still got 73 gig left. That's plenty enough for some office documents, school documents, that kind of thing. So yeah, you ain't got no worries about space. I mean, I thought 128 would be a little tight, but then you are not going to be crunching big video files on this and taking up lots of space. So there's not much more I can say. If you're looking for a laptop and you don't need it to do anything massively heavy, I do recommend it. It does have its slight flaws, but that is reflected in the price tag. So yeah, HP, Stream, I mean, they've come a long way since their initial sort of blue laptops that they first brought out, which were absolutely awful. Yeah, and you do get it. It's got Windows 11, so that is a big thing. There are a lot of people who have got decent laptops or decent PCs that are going to be cut out of Windows 11 when Windows 10 becomes end of life, and that's a great way into it. So there you go, £179 laptop. It does have its issues. They're not major. It's probably me just being a bit fussy, and I have been seriously impressed with it. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.